Hello, I'm Isaiah Heggie, and welcome to tonight's edition of 60.1 Seconds. When you hear the word paratroopers, one thing that may spring to mind is the 101st Airborne Division. This evening, we will be exploring the journey of this division,
which started when Germany invaded Poland.
Specifically, the 506th Regiment, Easy Company. From their path of boot camp to their fight in the heart of Germany, they become some of World War II's most elite soldiers. Or, as New York Times bestseller Band of Brothers Stephen E. Ambrose puts it, ordinary people who gave the best years of their life. Hello, thank you for joining us today. So first question we have is, what have you learned about these men since writing Band of Brothers?
Well, Isaiah, I feel like my appreciation for what soldiers do for us has grown even more than I thought possible. Some of the men in Easy Company took part in some of the three most important battles of World War II. That's why I wrote Band of Brothers. I want people to know what these soldiers have given up for the people of the free world.
So next question, and this is a question that we actually put for all of the people that we interviewed today. What are your thoughts on Sobel? A little background. Sobel was in boot camp, the person that was in charge of them. He pushed them a lot harder than many other people pushed people at boot camp. This ended up coming back and helping them when they're in war. There are various times where they have stated that if it wasn't for his training and him pushing them beyond their limits, that they probably would not have survived in many instances. What are your thoughts on Sobel?
Sobel was, in a nice way to put it, a complete... That's funny. Next question. Oh, yeah. I hate that guy.
We have Major Winters with us here also today. Major Winters, what does it mean to have led Easy Company throughout the war?
So, before I even knew it, as I worked my way up through the ranks of Easy Company, it was an experience that has changed my life forever. I have been incredibly humbled to work with the people that I have, and to say that I was their company commander and to lead such a fine group of men and in the way that we did with such success is one of the biggest honors of my life. It really just is the biggest honor of my life.
So it's my understanding that while serving, you guys liberated a concentration camp. Can you explain the feeling and the environment and the people in that camp?
Well, it's definitely a touchy subject. I don't exactly like talking about it too much. Obviously, everything that happened at those camps were horrific, inhumane, and should never even be thought of happening again. But it was hard for all of us because I think we constantly heard rumors about it, but we never completely believed it. That's not really something that you believe ever in your mind that could happen until you truly see it. It was hard, and when I do think about it, it is still hard. And yeah, we saw them, and we could just see how malnourished they were, and they were in pain, and we wanted to do nothing but help them, but so we started trying to give them food, but then the doctors came in and said, you can't give them too much food, otherwise it could kill them because they're not used to it. If they ate too much too quickly, so that was hard because you want to just snap your fingers and suddenly have them better, but you couldn't, and it was a slow recovery, and it was hard to see.
So how did the war? How did it feel coming back home for the first time after being gone for so long?
Right after the war, or relatively right after the war, I met my wife Ethel. We got married in 1948, and we have two lovely children now, Tim and Jill. Both are graduates of high school. Very proud of them. Ever since, I've just lived a quiet, modest life. Yes, I obviously will never forget everything that happened, but While the good parts of it I let affect me in a positive way, and remembering all the great men that were part of the company, I try to push out the bad stuff and let it help me make me stronger, but I don't let it affect me in a bad way, so I just try to get on with my life. Yeah, man, so when I got back to the U.S., I mean, it did feel different. I mean, I hadn't been there for so long, and many of us really hadn't been. It was a change, because you're in basically what feels like a completely different world for 3 years or so, and fighting this war against people, and suddenly it's a relatively safe place. I mean, to anything that you're used to, and everyone's partying because they're just like, wow, everyone's free, but at the same time, they don't completely understand everything that we in the war went through. But it is cool to see everyone happy, and they genuinely did appreciate everything that we put on the line for them.
How did your time in the war affect you years after, and like for the rest of your life, pretty much? How has it been?
This is really hard on me, man. I don't remember the last time I've been able to sleep. Just every night, I can just feel it like eating away at my skin. The ground is just shaking, and like I feel like my world is just falling apart and spinning, and I can hear the bombs go off every single night. And this is too much, man.
Seeing how just horrific sights and events these people have to go through, you can understand why they're injured. This war has affected many people, including my own family. These are various pictures of the family members that have served or had children that have served. This has been Isaiah Heggie, signing off.